I feel one opinion a lot of people share online is Jack Black seems to be a pretty okay person. You know, I remember growing up watching films that he did like Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny, which is a really good film, by the way. I do recommend watching it. And the funny thing is about celebrities, as they kind of mature, they grow with age, they lose touch with the community. They, you know, probably end up selling like an NFT or something like Madonna. But Jack Black actually ended up starting a YouTube channel where he was basically just playing video games.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Jack Black. This is my new YouTube channel, Jablinski. It's gonna be bigger than Ninja. It's gonna be bigger than PewDiePie.
And for someone that used to be so famous to basically just be doing like, you know, YouTube gaming videos with like a hint of irony, that's pretty cool. Now, a lot of people probably clicked on this video thinking they don't like Jack Black. He's a hack. He's, you know, like he's got way too famous. He's got like a huge ego. The main reason I'm defending him is because in the background of one of his videos, he actually had one of my U2s. You can see it there, it's circled. So because of that, I'm going to unanimously defend him throughout the entire video. Now, Jack Black originally was known as a comedy actor, you know, in the same vein as Jim Carrey. You know, Jim Carrey before he started having like bizarre mental breakdowns on the red carpet.
Hey, Jim Carrey. Yes.
What?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine.
Other examples like Adam Sandler, which is probably a bit of an insult because Adam Sandler films weren't that funny. I mean, he's been known for classic films, you know, School of Rock, Nacho Libre, the Jumanji remake. That was a joke, by the way. The Jumanji remake was absolute. But all the new gens probably only know of Jack Black because he actually made a TikTok account during lockdown. And also because of the fact that he voiced Bowser in the Mario film.
Peaches, peaches, peaches. Ah!
One thing I found really weird about that whole Super Mario Brothers film, do you remember when Chris Pratt got announced to voice Mario and the picture of him looked like it was from an obituary? Why was it black and white? But again, Jack Black is someone that the internet as a whole really seems to respect. I mentioned this earlier, but another one of his projects he had was Tenacious D. That was a band that was formed between him and one of his good friends, Kyle Gass. I was looking up Kyle Gass on Wikipedia thinking like that was, you know, a pseudonym or something, but it genuinely is his actual name. It's not a stage name or anything. Now, they formed this band all the way back in '94, and up until recently, they've been really, really active, going on tour. I mean, for example, when they toured around Europe, they actually did a show in Berlin, and I went to see them live. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not like a heavy Tenacious D fan. I did not know the lyrics to a single song, which usually is like, you know, that's a cutoff for me. If I don't listen to any of the music, I'm just going to be standing there awkwardly the entire time. But one thing I loved about Tenacious D during their tour is the fact that they do these like performances. It's almost like a bit of a stage play. They have these like impromptu jokes and stuff. Half of it is the songs and the other half is them basically doing skits. So even if I don't really listen to their music, I still found it really enjoyable to go. There's actually a little bit of a funny story when I went to see them in Berlin. At one point they basically said, you know, to everyone in the crowd, "Where's Pyro?" And then the people I was with started looking at me. Like I was fully freaking out thinking, oh my God, okay, there's no way I'm going to be called up on stage in front of like, you know, hundreds of Germans. Please don't make me do that. Their eye contact is like a meme, but it is real. They are terrifying. But thankfully, it was cleared up pretty quickly. When he said pyro, he meant the pyrotechnics, like all the fireworks and stuff they had in the background. But yeah, I don't know whether that's like a YouTuber ego issue or something, but as soon as he said, "Where's Pyro?" I immediately thought in my head, oh my God, he's got one of my U2s in the back of his videos. He probably knows I'm here. Thankfully not. Thankfully, I've fallen off enough that he had no idea.
And we have Pyro! We do have Pyro, right?
Oh, yeah, we got
Do
it.
we have Pyro?
Yeah,
We paid for Pyro.
a lot.
Who's in charge of the Pyro?
That new guy, Biff.
I do want to clear something up as well for all the Tenacious D old heads. Pyro is actually someone that plays with them on stage as a supporting act. That's Biffy Pyro. So, you know, my ego's in check. Don't worry. Now, even if you don't listen to Tenacious D, a lot of their songs have gone incredibly viral. Like, for example, the song Tribute, which at the minute has 210 million streams on Spotify. That's gotta be at least like 5 more than Baby Shark. Now, old heads would refer to this as Riz. New gens would refer to this as Aura. So I'm gonna use the Aura word. Aura is definitely something that Jack Black and Kyle Gass bring to every single show. I mean, they're basically like, you know, the goofy uncle at the family gatherings, not the one that talks about politics, the funny one. But on one of their tours in Australia, again, like I said, they do all these skits. It was Kyle Gass's birthday, and unprompted, Jack Black actually organized a birthday cake to be brought out to him live on the show. This wasn't planned, and Jack Black told him to make a wish.
Make a wish, Cash!
Don't miss Trump next time.
Now, it may be inappropriate for an onstage joke. The audience did laugh, but to be fair, I think they would have laughed if, you know, he basically just threw like a rotten banana peel at someone. This was also a pretty different country to make the joke because obviously it was in Australia. If he made this joke in America, half the people probably would have pulled out their AR-15s and the other people probably would have started tweeting about it. But out of all the people that didn't like this joke, it was actually surprisingly Jack Black. You can see in the video clip, he doesn't really seem to be affected too much. He sinks down a little bit. He might have even been doing like a bit of a fake laugh. But not too long after that, Jack Black basically announced that he was stopping his tour and everything revolving around Tenacious D for the foreseeable future. I was blindsided by what was said at the show on Sunday. I would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. After much reflection, I no longer feel it is appropriate to continue the Tenacious D tour, and all future creative plans are on hold. I'm grateful to the fans for their support and understanding. Now, this was a really weird situation. It was almost like beef between two girls at high school because they never actually ended up directly talking to each other. They both just basically put out statements for the entire world to read and then probably talked about it afterwards. So Kyle, he actually put out his own statement a few hours later. The line I improvised on stage Sunday night in Sydney was highly inappropriate, dangerous, and a terrible mistake. I don't condone violence of any kind in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and I'm incredibly sorry for my severe lack of judgment. Holy Logan Paul moment.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
I just read that and I just immediately, my head. I profoundly apologize to those I've let down and truly regret any pain I've caused. Now, I could get into a huge debate of Orange Man bad or Orange Man le good, but then I'd probably half my fan base and I like money too much. But what we do know is the fact that when Kyle said that, that wasn't like rehearsed or anything. It was completely impromptu. I do think him having the birthday cake and stuff brought on stage, that was already pre-planned. But when he said make a wish, it was basically just anything that Kyle was thinking of at the time. It's obviously a pretty complicated situation. You're not really sure if Jack Black was saying that because of his political beliefs or the fact that, you know, sponsors might have got involved. You know, if you're like, you know, wishing for the death of someone, no matter who it is, it's not really the best look. Now, all the discourse I've been reading online regarding the Trump stuff, again, I am UK pilled, so I'm kind of like, you know, a little bit out of it. I'm more kind of like peering in without actually having any kind of say. But I'm seeing people on the left side ranging from celebrating to basically thinking that it was basically a ploy to make Trump look good. And then some people on the right think it's like a CIA deep state op to bump off Trump because he's like the one savior of America. I mean, it really goes to show that when the news on that actually first came out, the majority of people thought it was like a hoax or some kind of like AI. Like, that is unfortunately the age that we live in. Now, from all the discourse I'm seeing on the internet, it seems that a lot of people really turned on Jack Black after this. How dare you put out that statement? I will never watch Kung Fu Panda again. I think one of the reasons why he got so much backlash is because he does have a pretty like, you know, left-leaning audience, mostly because he himself has been incredibly open about supporting, you know, LGBTQ people. I mean, there's even a TikTok of him with E-Talk basically, you know, running around the streets of like Hollywood with a pride flag on his back.
Bros is coming out, I need allies! Miss Bros is coming out. No, I need allies! Bros is coming out! There he goes! There's my bro!
So he's definitely not, you know, a fence sitter when it comes to stuff like that. Now, I'm not sure on Jack Black's political leanings, but he might have the very brave opinion of killing people is bad. Because I get it, right? Like, a lot of my audience are left-leaning. I mean, if I look at my Discord server, half the people have like furry profile pictures. And a lot of people on Twitter on the day of the Trump attack were celebrating. They were posting like, you know, LeBron James doing a slam dunk. Like, yes, we finally got him. And again, I'm not American. I'm British. I'm not really allowed to speak on it because I don't know how it's affected the country. But surely if you wiped out who you believe to be one of the most evil people in the world, someone would just take their place, wouldn't they? I mean, the best way to deal with it is obviously to vote. Democracy, even though democracy in like every single country is basically completely corrupt. But yeah, what's my take on this? Am I gonna refuse to ever watch a Jack Black film or Kyle Gass music video ever again? No, I mean, after I'm done with this video, I've got a train to get down to London. I'll probably just be watching Tenacious D on it.